Hey everyone, I get asked all the time about what it means to cover your own health insurance as a freelancer. And this is the number one thing that I hear from people when I'm posting on my TikTok. And people want to know, okay, you're a freelancer, but how do you cover your health insurance? And so I made this mini course for you that's kind of going to go over all of the things that I have done for myself when it comes to setting up my health insurance and other benefits and things that you need to think about as a freelancer. This is a part of Vesper University, and Vesper University is my platform for courses, coaching, and everything else for freelancers. So, link down below if you want to check out our full length courses and things like that. This is just a little snippet. We have a bunch more courses and coaching options coming soon, so be sure to check that out. Quick disclaimer before we dive in. Remember, none of this is financial or medical advice. I highly, highly recommend going to an expert, an accountant, and being sure that you are making the right financial decisions for your specific business as a freelancer and making sure that all of the different things that you need to be covered can be covered by the plan that you choose. So, I am just talking about my own experience as a freelancer, as a human who needs health insurance. And so, that is what I wanted to quickly say before we begin. I can talk today. So some of the things that your employer covered as an employee include paid time off, which is personal leave, sick leave, maternity, paternity leave, all of that stuff. Retirement contributions, maybe they matched your 401k contributions, things like that. Health insurance, of course, which is why you're here. Vision, dental, general health insurance, they probably covered most, if not all of that. You probably had a plan that covered so many different things, and now you're realizing that you have to cover that yourself. Your employer might have also covered supplemental pay, such as overtime or bonuses, or things like travel to conferences and business expenses. And I include all that because as a freelancer, you now cover all of this. And some of these things are tax deductible, and some things are basically what you have to work into your hourly rate as a freelancer. If this seems like a lot, don't panic. I'm going to help you walk through this and also share some really great statistics with you. So remember, as a freelancer, you naturally charge more per hour than an employee. This is well documented, and there's research that backs this up. So the freelance platform Upwork shows that 60% of freelancers who left their full-time jobs to become freelancers make more money than they did in their previous jobs, which is the case for me and a lot of other people that I know. And then, according to 2020 freelancer research data, freelancers in the United States earn an average hourly rate of $20 an hour. But if you work in marketing, like I do, I'm a copywriter, mobile development, things like that, the average is $28 an hour, which is higher than 70% of all workers in the United States, which is crazy. And my personal experience, I went from working as a freelancer part-time. I raised my rates from $20 an hour to $90 an hour when I was working part-time. And then the 2 years that I went from part-time freelancer to full-time freelancer, I went from $90 an hour to $350 an hour. So when you're making more money, these costs are become fairly negligible. And I say this as somebody with a chronic illness who has a lot of health insurance costs. So it can seem really daunting at first, the fact that you have to pay out of pocket for a lot of these things. But as a freelancer, you're already making more. And so the money that would have gone to your employer to then pay for your health insurance and benefits and things like that now just goes directly to you, and you get to decide how to allocate that, which I think is actually more exciting, and you get more of the upside. So if you're not sure how much you should charge to cover all of your monthly expenses, including your health insurance, I created an hourly rate calculator that kind of takes into account your financial situation. Like I said, this is just a guide for you, and you should always work with a CPA, but this kind of helps you as a starting point so that you can understand how you should charge as a freelancer. And so you can visit that. I have the link below. It's at amysuto.com/shop. So this is what I do. And this is the plan that I've found has worked the best for me. And so basically, it is a high deductible health plan combined with a health savings account. And this is the best combination to maximize tax-free investment growth in your HSA, save for future medical payments, and reduce your monthly premium for health insurance. So this works the best for me. And I was able to get my health insurance in California from Covered California, which is a health insurance marketplace. And when you get a high deductible health plan, that means you pay more up to a certain degree, to whatever your deductible is. And then beyond that, they cover pretty much everything. And depending on what kind of plan you get. With the HSA, a health savings account is an account that you open with a brokerage like Fidelity. And that is something that you can use to pay for qualified medical things. Like if you are paying for acupuncture, and like this is an investment account that you can invest into, and then it grows and there's tax benefits to it. So before you think about that, just think about how to save your monthly freelance income to then budget for the kinds of benefits you will now have to be providing for yourself as a freelancer. Getting to $10,000 a month in a personal salary for yourself as a freelancer after taxes is not impossible. I've seen people grow to this really quickly. So depending on where you're starting from, like if you have experience as a freelancer, if you have skills to monetize, getting to $10,000 per month can be really rapid and really quick. So I went from $4,000 a month to $32,000 a month as a freelancer within 2 years. And so it's definitely possible to grow quickly. And I've helped a lot of people through my coaching programs and through just one-on-one support with my friends. I've helped them grow pretty quickly. And so $10,000 a month is a good benchmark to get to, depending on what your financial situation is. So this is how I would allocate a $10,000 personal salary after taxes. I would put $2,000 savings for a Roth IRA for retirement, an HSA, health savings account for health expenses, and personal investment savings and emergency fund. I would set aside an additional $1,000 for medical costs. This is per month because I have a lot of medical costs, which includes my insurance premium. And some of these things are tax write-offs for your business and for yourself. Once again, talk to your CPA. And then $7,000 a month for monthly expenses. This is just an example. Everybody has a different setup. And obviously, if you're making more, you can kind of adjust these numbers differently. But this is kind of one way that you can approach funding your benefits to making sure that you can pay for health insurance, health expenses, and things like that. Because even though a lot more of it comes out of your own pocket, like I said, there's a lot more upside coming directly to you through your freelance business because people are going to pay you more as a freelancer. So this is what I did when I was figuring my health insurance setup and my next steps that I gave myself when I went full-time freelance. The first thing is increase your freelancing revenue. You absolutely need to get to a higher hourly rate, especially if you're just starting off at $20 an hour. It's really important that you get to that higher freelancing rate as quickly as you can so that you can feel more relaxed and have more expenses covered, because with inflation and everything, it can feel a little bit scary, but the way that you can solve a lot of your problems very quickly is just earning more as a freelancer and getting that financial security and stability. The second thing that you can do is that you can set up as an LLC or S Corp. And once again, get your business accountant or business manager to help you with this, because this will help you maximize write-offs and things like that, and also just protect you legally. And then what you can do is talk to a health insurance broker or search a marketplace like Cover California to figure out how to get your high deductible health plan, if that is the plan that works for you. And then you can open up a brokerage account on a platform like Fidelity and create a health savings account. So this is kind of a rundown of what I did and what worked for me. But once again, everybody's situation is different. So how do you increase your freelance earnings? I have a one-on-one coaching program at VesperUniversity.com, which you can check out, which I will also link below. Or you can also buy my book, Freelancing for Creatives, which I will also link below. I have another book on freelancing that will be coming out soon, and a bunch more courses on the business of freelancing. And I'll also post a lot more free videos here on YouTube to help you with your freelancing. So like I said, more resources are coming very soon. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay updated. And if you have any questions or topics you want me to cover, feel free to leave them in the comments below.